We'll have a discussion on adult orthodontics. These are the contents. Coming to the introduction, an important aspect of orthodontic diagnosis and treatment planning is the age of the patient. And why is it important? Because the skeletal maturation of the patient influences the mechanics of the appliance. Now, what are the advantages of early treatment? Before coming to adult orthodontics, we need to know the advantages of early treatment. First is growth modulation or modification. So as you know, in early, like in mixed dentition period, growth modification can be done using orthopedic appliances or the functional appliances. Also, preventive or interceptive orthodontics, which is only possible in the early treatment period. Because it harnesses natural growth forces, it minimizes psychological distress. So, obviously, there are a lot of advantages when you start the treatment at an early age, which is not possible if started at the later period. Now coming to the late treatment, that means when the active growth period is completed. So what happens? The role of growth is obviously less compared to the earlier age children. The growth is completed. You cannot modify, you cannot do anything much with the growth and direction of the bones of maxilla and mandible. Second, limited treatment options. So in late treatment, even the treatment options are reduced to only moving the teeth and surgery. Third is this compromise on treatment objectives. You know the treatment objectives, that's the Jackson's triad, which is function, aesthetic, and stability, which will be compromised if you start the treatment at a later period. Coming to the definition, what is adult orthodontics? Adult orthodontics, according to Eckermann, it is concerned with striking a balance between achieving optimal proximal and occlusal contact of the teeth, acceptable dentofacial aesthetics, normal function, and reasonable stability. So, but there is no definite age when the male or female reaches physical maturity, and is therefore impractical to try to determine exactly when the adulthood begins. Nowhere it is written, like this is the age where adulthood actually begins. So we just want to consider it like 18 to 19 years old for men, and for female, you can just consider it to be 16 years old. So above that, they consider to be as adults. Now, what are the types of adult patients? There are two types of adult patients. First group is young adults, that's between 26 to 35 years. Second group is 36 and older. So in adult patient also, there's a categorization, that's younger adults and the older adults. So in the younger adults, they had desire, but they did not receive comprehensive orthodontic treatment. What is comprehensive orthodontic treatment? What is adjunctive? These two words will be used. Comprehensive orthodontic treatment is a regular orthodontic treatment, and an adjunctive is where in the older group, about 36 years, we do adjunctive orthodontic treatment. That means not just alignment of the teeth and the facial structures, but also other things like you need to see if you need to restore the other lost spaces, if you need to upright any tooth. Basically, it is a teamwork. That is where the adult orthodontic comes. Adjunctive orthodontic treatment makes control to make control of dental disease and restoration of missing teeth. So basically, the function of the patient of the oral health also gets restored. I will tell you in detail what is adjunctive. What are the indications for orthodontic treatment in adults? First indication is periodontal. So as I told you, the adult orthodontic is not just the alignment for, not just for the aesthetics, but more important for the functional care of the patient. So what is that indication? First indication is periodontal care. Improves the tooth periodontal tissue relationship. So when you relieve the crowding in an adult patient, definitely it will improve the periodontal condition. Second, prosthodontic. It establishes an improved plane of occlusion. Also, it helps to achieve the existing space between teeth. for better prosthetic replacement. Third is orthodontic treatment helps to achieve parallelism of abutment teeth. It helps in uprighting of tilted teeth, in regaining lost extraction spaces, in derotation of abutment teeth. So basically these are all for prosthodontic use. So we may have to replace any missing tooth, or we may have to upright any adjacent tooth, or even derotate any abutment tooth later for the placement of the bridges. That is where you do orthodontic correction. Third is for temporomandibular joint, to improve occlusion and coordination with masticatory muscles and TMJ. Next is aesthetic, is to satisfy the aesthetic desires of the patient. This is the last indication, is aesthetic. First is all the functional indications. What are the contraindications for adult orthodontics? First is advanced systemic disease, medical compromised patients. Second, advanced local disease, excessive bone loss, poor perio conditions. Definitely you cannot do orthodontic treatment in such patients. When there's poor oral hygiene, when there's inability to obtain a result that the patient or the doctor will perceive as satisfactory, where there's poor stability prognosis, where there's lack of patient motivation, the severe skeletal discrepancy. So these are the contraindications. Coming to the biomechanical considerations. So when you want to do orthodontic treatment in adult patients, you need to look after many other things like periodontal problems, as I mentioned before. So in such patients, very less, there will be bone loss, there will be recession, and in such patients, what we have to do is we need to apply very low forces as compared to the other conventional orthodontic treatment in younger patients. So we need to apply very low orthodontic force. This is just a figure to show the center of resistance also gets shifted in adult patients. In the first figure in figure A, the first diagram shows you center of resistance is in position. In the second diagram in figure A shows because of the recession of the gums and the alveolar bone, the center of resistance is shifted more apically. Now, why am I showing all this is because the force which you apply is definitely related to center of resistance. Just in brief for you all to know, whenever there is a adult patient, since the center of resistance, it gets shifted more apically, you should take that into consideration and apply lighter orthodontic force. Next, diagnosis in adult orthodontics. First is a full TMJ series of X-rays, muscle examination, stress evaluation, diet evaluation. Second, the periodontal consideration should be done. Treatment which is not done in the conventional orthodontic procedure if you do it in the early age. Next is treatment aspects in adult orthodontics. Now, these are the terminologies which I'm trying to explain you from the beginning. Profit has classified orthodontic procedures into following three areas. First is adjunctive orthodontic treatment, then second comprehensive orthodontic treatment, third is surgical orthodontic treatment. Now, what is adjunctive orthodontic treatment? Adjunctive orthodontic treatment aims at correcting a particular aspect of malocclusion to improve dental health or function rather than comprehensively altering it. I'll tell you what does this mean. Appliances are required in only a portion of dental arch and not for a short time. Now, adjunctive orthodontic treatment is not, you just compare adjunctive and comprehensive, where comprehensive is you put the braces, you align the teeth, and you see the maxilla mandible and the teeth are in position and the patient is happy. That's it. But adjunctive is not like that. Adjunctive is done in the adult patient. Adult is older patients, where you need to see everything else. You need to check the function. So some of the few procedures that are commonly carried out as a part of adjunctive orthodontic treatment are uprighting posterior teeth, post-eruption, alignment of teeth, and frostbite correction. Now, uprighting of the posterior teeth, basically the third molars, they can be done using, these are just extra diagrams I'm showing you. It can be done using various cantilever springs. It can be done using T-loop. It can be done using open coil spring. This is open coil night tie spring. If you put it, it will just push the tooth and upright it. These are various ways. First is to upright these are the procedures that come under adjunctive orthodontic. First is uprighting of the tooth. Next is forced eruption. What is forced eruption? If you can see in the diagram, if there is any pathology at cervical third of the tooth, then if the tooth is not erupting or if it is fractured, we try to do forced eruption of it. Definitely you'll have to do root canal treatment for it also, but forced eruption. I'm just mentioning because these come under procedures for adjunctive orthodontics. Third is alignment of the teeth. Next is comprehensive treatment for adults. Comprehensive treatment is nothing but the usual orthodontic treatment that we carry out, which is similar to that in adolescents. Orthodontic treatment that would take more than 6 months duration, and comprehensive treatment may or may not be combined with surgical orthodontic treatment. The appliances used in adult orthodontics should be simple to maximize cooperation, respond to lighter force, fixed to maintain treatment control. Okay. Divisions. Then comes surgical orthodontic treatment. Orthognathic surgeries are carried along with orthodontic therapy to correct endofacial deformities or severe orofacial disproportions involving maxilla, mandible, or both in combination. Okay. Now, young adults versus adult patients. There are some differences that you need to know between young adults and adolescents and adult patient. Coming to when you compare the existing oral pathology in adolescents, this presence of dental caries and periodontal pathology is not significant, but it is significant in adults. There's less TMJ problem in adolescents, but in adults it's opposite. Coming to the biological considerations. In adults, this neuromuscular adaptation is high, which is opposite in adults. In adolescents, there's variety of biomechanics that you can use, which is limited in adults. There's a lot of growth that we can to work with in adolescent, which is not present in adults. We don't have much options in adults. Then resistance to periodontal breakdown and bone loss is less. The resistance is more. Then this PDL is vascular, high susceptibility to gingivitis. Rate of tooth movement is rapid in adolescents, which is opposite in adults. Coming to the skeletal relationship, in adolescence, stable correction of skeletal relationship is possible using the growth modulation as I've explained by orthopedic and functional appliances. While in adults it's not possible because there's no growth left over there. Only correction can be done by surgical means. Need for orthodontic treatment in adolescents is based on signs recognized by the patient, but in adults it's based on symptoms recognized by the patient himself. Coming to the treatment objectives, in adolescents, the aims of and objectives of Jackson's triad can be achieved, but in adults, it cannot be. So there will be compromise on the treatment. Here, orthodontic as well as orthopedic and upper functional appliances can be used, while in adults, it cannot be used. When it comes to appliance selection and tolerance, the child patient has little choice. Young patients tolerate most appliances. Anything you give them, it's okay for them. But in adults, it's not like that. They are very choosy. They want good aesthetically demanding appliances. The restorative dentistry, when it comes to it, it is insignificant in adolescents. Most of them do not require restorative therapy. But in adults, definitely all the restorative therapy is needed. Patient motivation in adolescents, motivated by parents, less cooperative than adults. While in adults, highly motivated and cooperative, they're self-motivated. They come to treatment by themselves. Coming to the retention in adult orthodontics, the various types of retainers used, Hawley's retainers with simple or with tongue grip or bondable lingual retainer, invisible retainer. Coming to the conclusion, Biomechanical modifications made to accommodate orthodontic treatment of adult dentitions are generally minor and adhere to the basic laws of physics as they apply to orthodontic tooth movement. Some adult presentations necessitate changes in treatment strategy from what would otherwise be employed in adolescent patients to achieve similar goals. In other cases, objectives themselves may need to be modified because of lack of growth potentials, constraints of treatment mandated by the patient, or the presence of multiple missing or compromised teeth. By planning, treatment, and mechanotherapy, taking into account the individual circumstances that may affect the patient's biological response to treatment, realistic goals of orthodontic can be mutually recognized and agreed on both by the provider and the patient before therapy is initiated, resulting in an immensely rewarding experience. Thank you.